Welcome back to our weekly history podcast. I am Hari.
And I am Kimi. Today, we're sharing the absolutely thrilling, action-packed, and ultimately heartbreaking story of an incredible Australian hero from the First World War.
That is indeed right. We are talking about Cedric Ernest Howell. He was a phenomenal fighter pilot and a true legend. But before he ever took to the skies, he had a very different kind of military career.
Indeed. Born in Adelaide, South Australia in 1996, Cedric was actually working as a professional draftsman after high school. When war broke out in 1914, he immediately tried to enlist in the newly raised Australian Imperial Force. Surprisingly, he was rejected at first. Undeterred, he resigned his commission in the cadet forces, reapplied in 1916, and was accepted as a private because he was too young to hold an officer commission.
Once he made it to France with the 46th Battalion, he served on the extremely brutal Western Front. And here's a lesser-known detail. Cedric was trained as an expert sniper. He actually put those skills to use during the bloody Battle of Pozieres in August 1916. It is wild to think that one of Australia's greatest aerial aces started his combat career hiding down in the thick mud of the Somme, peering through the scope of a sniper rifle.
His sharp eyes surely came in handy later. In November 1916, he was selected as one of 200 Australians to transfer to the Royal Flying Corps. He traveled to the United Kingdom for flight training, graduated, and was commissioned as a probationary second lieutenant. Amidst all this life-changing training, he also found true love and married Cecily Elizabeth Hallam Kilby in September 1917. But his next posting was about to bring some seriously dramatic turns.
By October 1917, he joined No. 45th Squadron in France, piloting Sopwith Camels. But just before deploying, he caught a very nasty bout of malaria. It left him looking exceptionally tall, thin, and rather dismal. Because of this gaunt appearance, his fellow pilots quickly nicknamed him Spike. Soon after, his squadron was transferred to the Italian front, where Spike would truly make his ultimate mark on history.
Operating over Italy, Spike flew daring ground attack sorties and intense aerial dogfights. In April 1918, the Royal Flying Corps merged into the newly formed Royal Air Force, and Spike became a lieutenant. He was known for his unbelievable bravery. For instance, during one ground raid, he flew down to a mere 100 feet above an electrical power plant and scored 3 direct bomb hits. That requires nerves of absolute steel.
And his aerial dogfights were even more legendary. On May 13, 1918, Spike and 3 other brave pilots intercepted 12 enemy planes. Despite both of his machine guns repeatedly jamming during the battle, Spike personally shot down 3 aircraft and drove a 4th down out of control. That conspicuous gallantry earned him the prestigious Military Cross. Most ordinary pilots would have panicked with jammed guns, but Spike just kept fighting fiercely.
By June, he was promoted to temporary captain. His streak of victories only accelerated. On June 9th, he led a patrol of 3 planes against 6 Austrian scouts and shot down 2. Later that month, in another 3 versus 9 battle, his team destroyed 6 enemy planes, with Spike credited for 2 of them. This incredible performance earned him the Distinguished Flying Cross. He was described as a remarkably skillful and determined fighting officer.
He was also instrumental during the critical Battle of the Piave River. On June 15th, Spike was the very first pilot to land and bring news of the enemy crossing the river. He did not just report it, though. He led his flight on 4 consecutive bombing sorties, destroying a pontoon bridge, a boat, and a packed enemy trench. They inflicted at least 100 casualties with machine gun fire, stalling the enemy advance before a counterattack routed them.
His finest hour came on July 12, 1918. Spike and Lieutenant Alan Rice Oxley were flying their Sopwith Camels when they encountered a massive formation of 15 enemy aircraft. In the chaotic dogfight that followed, Spike personally destroyed 4 planes and sent a 5th down out of control. Over the next 3 days, he shot down 3 more, bringing his total to 19 official victories, making him the squadron's second highest scoring ace.
For those exploits, he was awarded the prestigious Distinguished Service Order. After the war, Spike was discharged, but he was not done with flying. In 1919, the Australian government offered a £10,000 prize for the first flight from England to Australia. Spike jumped at the chance, partnering with navigator George Henry Fraser in a Martinsyde A-1 aircraft. They took off on December 4, 1919, facing terrible winter weather across Europe.
The journey was heavily plagued by bad weather. After stops in France and Italy, they took off from Toronto on December 10th. They aimed for Crete but ran into a fierce storm. That evening, their plane was seen over Corfu, attempting an emergency landing. Tragically, they fell short and crashed into the sea. Local citizens heard desperate cries for help, but the rough sea made rescue impossible. Both Spike and Fraser subsequently drowned. Spike was only 23 years old.
It is a profoundly tragic end to such a vibrant life. Spike's body eventually washed ashore and was returned to Melbourne for a full military funeral in 1920, where fellow flying aces served as pallbearers. Today, a gorgeous stained glass window in Albert Park stands as a beautiful tribute to his memory. What an extraordinary legacy of bravery and adventure. We hope you enjoyed learning about him today. Take care, everyone, and a very warm goodbye to you now.
This episode is based on the Wikipedia article Cedric Howell, which is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike license. This podcast was crafted using artificial intelligence.